BalconyTV.
What's up, guys? Xavier here with you on Balcony TV, Los Angeles. We are on top of the Live Nation building in Hollywood, and I'm hanging out with the lovely ZZ Ward and Eric on guitar. How are you guys?
Doing fantastic.
We got a live audience, right? It's a little different this time around.
Yeah.
Very nice. What song you guys will be playing for us today?
We're gonna be playing my new single, "Love 3 Times."
Amazing. Take it away.
Thanks. We've got the neighbors calling the cars, so screaming out my name. I'm throwing dishes from the rooftop while you're standing in the rain. We're either fucking or we're fighting. No caramel in between. You make me ill. It's such a thrill. There's only one thing that would make me do all the craziness I do when I'm next to you. It's a little bit insane, but it feels so right. Yeah, it's got me coming back to you every night. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. Love, love, love. You rip your shirt in half and cry while I'm pulling out my hair. Argue for hours at a time, 'cause true love doesn't care. Then I cuss and turns into kissing and lights up like a flare. You make me ill, but it's such a thrill. There's only one thing that would make me do all the craziness I do when I'm next to you. It's a little bit insane, but it feels so right, and it's got me coming back to you every night. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. Love, love, love. You break the windows, yeah, on the car, but you never, ever, never, ever break my heart. A sweet disaster, yeah, from the start. We're so far from perfect, but that's just who we are. There's only one thing that would make me do all the craziness I do when I'm next to you. It's a little bit insane, but it feels so right, and it's got me coming back to you every night. It's love, yeah, yeah. Love, 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 love. Love, love, love. Oh, love, love, love. Oh, love, love, love. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love, love. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was ZZ Ward with Love 3 Times. And Eric just quietly shredding over there, man. That was serious.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Amazing.
So thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Awesome performance. A little early, so thanks for getting out here. I have a question for you, right? So I've done a little bit of stalking and watched a few interviews and stuff, and I heard you saying that this new album is kind of a little more lighthearted, a little more stripped down. If you agree. With the album title, though, it's kind of This Means War. It's kind of an aggressive title. Tell me about it.
Yeah, for me, the new album, This Means War, is really like a 2015 Love is a Battlefield, with the idea being that, like, when you get into a relationship, the battle has really just begun.
Sure.
Because even when you've met someone that you're pretty excited to be with, it's still sometimes a fight to keep it together and to make it work. So that's kind of the idea behind the record.
So it's an aggressive name behind something that's ideally quite sweet.
I wouldn't exactly say that. There's moments where it's sweet, but there's a lot of moments where it's very passionate and very, intense. So I wouldn't say that it's lighthearted at all.
Yeah.
This song is definitely has a tinge of a lightheartedness, and that's probably the only one you'll find on the record that's like that. But, you know, it also has that dichotomy of being in the verses, this real story where it's like, it's not always peachy and perfect, but, you know, at the end of the day, love always keeps us together, so.
Nice, all right.
Yeah.
And another thing I always love to ask bands is sort of like their album secrets. I've talked to bands who said in the recording process of the album, like the drummer burped and they ended up just looping it and making a drum track, and they ended up using a hard drive sound and just kept it, you know? Is there anything in the album that only you would know that we could really listen out for?
Yeah, there's like on Lonely, which is a song we just released, actually. It's actually a sample of me saying lonely, but I'm saying it like lonely, and then it sounds like it's a sample, but it's actually me. But when my brother heard it, he was like, yeah, that's like that little sexy voice thing you're doing when you say lonely. I was like, fine. You can tell that it's me saying it. But you wouldn't be able to tell, so now you'll know it's really just
it's
me
not a
saying
sample, it's just her.
It's a sample that we
You just
made.
do it all.
Yeah.
You just do it all. And so you've just come off this giant radio tour. You're probably sick of talking and answering questions.
No, are you kidding me? I love
I know,
it.
Actually, you know what? You don't seem like the person that would be at all. You've got just a big tour coming up, July to September. How do you prepare? How do you feel going into this?
Well, I guess we all prepare for it here, that big tour coming up. I think for me, it's just really about kind of planning it out and making sure that, you know, it's being out there for like 3 months is a long time. So it's just, you know, making sure that you are hitting those great cities that you want to hit. And also, like, we go in for about a month of rehearsal, starting in like a week. So I can actually plan out what that live show is going to be, which will be fun, and I'll get into it, and I'm sure it's going to be awesome. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that has to be figured out. Working on the rider, what snacks we want.
Getting into the more serious stuff, of course. Is there, I mean, you know, you toured for 2 years off your first album. Is that right?
Yeah, almost 3.
Almost 3.
Like
what are you going to do? I mean, you know, from starting out back then, what are you going to do differently on this tour? What have you learned? What are you like? Oh, hell no! I was so young and confused before. This is how it's going to happen.
I don't know.
This time
it's just gotten so much easier with touring, because when we first started, we were touring in a van.
Yeah.
And I don't know if any of you guys have toured in a van before. Maybe you have. But it's like, it's tough being in a van. And now I'm on a bus, and it's a lot easier because we have a refrigerator, we have a stove, I can cook sometimes. You know, there's a lot of TVs on the bus, so it's
comfortable.
Yeah, it's
You're moving
way
up
more
in the world.
comfortable, and you just go to sleep when you drive to the next city, so it's easy. When you sleep in a van, that's not very comfortable.
Amazing.
So
and
it's
how many
easier.
fedoras are you going to take on tour with you?
How many what?
How many hats are you going to take with you?
You know, I'm really going to try and learn my lesson from the last time.
See, the real lessons come out here. I asked the wrong question.
I own like 90 fedoras. And they
90?
Yes, actually, I know it sounds like I'm making up, but I'm actually not. But they sit in boxes around my house and take up space. And I wear 2 fedoras right now, really. Yeah. And every time I bring a bunch of fedoras onto the bus, they just sit there, and I never wear them. So I'm just going to bring 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
To strip it back.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. Well, look, I'm going to leave it with that, the more important stuff. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Eric, you're amazing. ZZ, you're amazing.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us.
Absolutely.
You're watching ZZ Ward on BalconyTV Los Angeles on Live Nation. My name is Xavier BRINKMAN. Catch you next time.
BalconyTV.